Okay. Now, let me show you how this typecasting works. Quickly, I will show you guys, because sometimes, you know, you may facing some difficulty in understanding the things. So that's the reason why we are going to see that.
The voice is not bit clear, Arjun.
Is it not clear? Can you hear me now?
Yes, yeah,
Is it clear now?
no.
Can you see the screen?
You started sharing, but not yet.
Oh, it's not yet shared.
Yeah, now I can see that. Yeah,
Yeah. Can you hear my voice?
voice is not clear for me. Not sure about others.
Guys, can you please confirm it? Like all others can hear my voice? Okay. Let me do this. Oh, it's not clear. Okay, let me 1 second. Is it okay now, Ilayaraja and others? Is it okay? Pramod, can you hear me?
Not really, Arjun.
Oh, it's the same problem. Okay, just give me 1 second. I will try to log in from a different system over here. Just give me 1 second. Let me take the other one. Now, can you hear me now? The same problem?
It's a bit good now.
It's better. What about Ilayaraja? Okay, great. So let me just give me 1 second, guys. Yeah. Now let's start the things. And please let me know if you're facing some problem with the voice or screen sharing. I'll use the data typecasting. Okay. Now, first we will see with the integer, and then we will see the rest of all, and then we will specially concentrate on the string, how the string behaves with the different data types. Okay. Now let me write it as integer Now, let me show you the first one. Like we are going to convert the integer to integer. We can convert it, guys. There is no problem at all. Integer to integer. So I'm going to take it something like this. I have integer. I will take one integer. A is equals to, I will keep it as 100. Okay. Now this is an integer. I want to print it the int a and print type of a. Print type of a. So here we are going to get it as integer over here as an output. Okay, we are going to get the integer as an output. Can you see this? Int. Now I want to convert this one into float. Can we convert a float to the integer? First, let me do it with the int and int. We will finish it off. Int can be converted into integer. No problem about that. So I'm converting int to integer over here. That is, here I will give it as int is a function with which we are going to convert an integer to the integer. There's no point in doing this also, just I'm following the formality. So type of result. Now, when I do this, you can see this like it is an int can be converted into int. No problem about that. Now, next I will take it as can a float can be converted to the integer. Okay, float can be converted into integer. Just I will copy this entire stuff and I will take it a float to integer. I will keep it as float over here. I'll print it as it is. And I will give it as, let's take a floating value over here. I will take it as 23.43. Now this is a floating value. I'm converting a float to the integer over here. Let's see this one. It is possible, no problem about that. Here you can see float to the integer and 23.43 is a float value that I converted to the integer. Now, whenever you are converting a float to the integer, so only the integer part before decimal, whatever is there, that will be grabbed up. After decimal, whatever is there, that is ignored. And one more thing you should understand, the original value will never get changed. The original value remains as it is because it is immutable. Okay. Now, next one is like we are having, let's take it a complex to the integer. I want to convert a complex to the integer. Now, complex to the integer, as I mentioned in our list over here, we can't do it. We can't do a, complex to the integer. A complex we can't convert to the integer. Now, we will be getting an error over here. So I will convert a complex. Now my complex number is 10 plus 2j is a complex number, you know it. Now this will be a complex. I'm converting the complex to the integer. Now it is not possible. It will give you an error. Okay, now you see this. This is a complex number. Okay, now you may ask me where it is converted. See the error at the start. Okay, error will be now here int argument must be a string, a byte like object, not complex. It is very clearly saying that it should not be a complex. So I will just comment this one because it is an error. So I will just put on a message as error over. Okay. Now after this, we are going to convert a boolean to the integer. Now we know that I explained you like whenever you are like, whenever a boolean value is there. Now, if you take it true, now I'm giving a true over here. True, I want to convert it to the integer. True, I want to convert it to the integer. So what will happen is true can be converted to the integer without any problem over here. True can be converted because true is internally recognized as 1. Okay, true is internally recognized as 1. So we can very easily convert the true to 1 over here. Now, here true will be giving us a response as 1 over here. Just see this. Now, these are some of the important things you have to know it. Now, here you see, it is a Boolean. Now, I converted to the integer and it is giving me as a true over here. Now, after this, can we convert the false also? Yes, false is identified as 0. False is identified as internally identified as 0. I will explain you this one when we are dealing with the Boolean. I will explain you detailing how it goes on. Okay, if it is true means if you convert to integer, you will get it 1. If it is false means you will get it as 0 over here. Now, let's take it the next one. I will copy this one. String. Now, strings will be of 3 types. As I told you, a string can be an characters. Strings can be characters, or strings can be integers, or a string can be float. Now, for example, here I will show you. If you take it, any value within the quotes is called as a string. Now I'm writing it as, Arjun. Now Arjun is nothing but a string. No doubt it is a string over here. Okay. Now when I take it integer. Now if I take it like this, 100 is an integer. If I put this 100 within the quotes, this is a string. Okay, guys, this is a string. Now, if I have it a floating value over here, this is also a string. So there can be an characters. String can consist of group of characters, or a flow, or as integers, or the float values. Now, these 3 ways, 3 things, how the integer will be behaving. Now, I'm taking with a string with alphabets. Now, what will happen is when I'm talking about string with alphabets, it is going to give us an error. You can't convert a string with the alphabets. You can't convert it into the integer. Remember that. So I'm taking it as India. India is a string with alphabets inside that. You can't convert a string of alphabets into integer. Now you will get an error over here. See this, you are going to get an error. Now here you can see this at the starting, you can see an error, invalid literals. Okay, now this is an error. I'm going to comment this. I'll give it as error. Now next one is a string consisting of integer. A string with integer inside. With integer. So here, for example, I'm having like a string with some value over here. Now I want to convert this one into integer. So what will happen is this one will be easily converted to the integer. Can you see this? It will be converted. Comfortably, it can be converted. Okay, no problem over that. Remember that. When a string consisting of integer, when a string consists of integer inside that, or integer is in the form of a string format, you can convert it to the integer. If it is a string consisting of alphabets, you can't convert it. Now let's see the other one, the float. String with the float. Now in this case, now if this is a floating value, you want, this is a string. Okay. Now I want to convert this one into integer. No, it is not possible. It will also give me an error. Now here you see invalid literal. Even though it is 23.43, it is showing it is a string type. and then we have to convert it. Okay, this is the way it will be going. Okay, guys, this is how you will be converting an integer, okay, anything into integer. Okay, any value, if you want to convert it to integer, you are going to do it. Now, next one is, let's see it with a floating value. Floating value also, it is very much similar, float typecast. I will just put it on this one. Here I will write it as integer to float. Yes. Now I have an integer value. Let's take it, 23 is my integer value. This I want to convert it into float. I will use the float function. So this is an integer. If you want to convert it into float, you can do it. You will get it 23.0. Can you see it? Integer to the float, 23.0. No problem about that. Next one, let's see that whether I convert a float to float. Yes, you can convert the float to float. There is no problem at all. Float. Now I will write it as 23.54. Now you can easily convert that 23.54 into float. Float to float. No problem about that. Now let's see the complex. Now complex number, we know that it consists of like real part, real part, imaginary part with a complex part. I will give it as 9 plus 2j. This is my complex. This I want to convert it to float. No, you can't convert it. Okay, we will get an error. You see that we got the error. So I will just put it on over here, comment it, and I will put a message that it is an error. Now, here you see this. This is a complex, and we are converting the complex to the in float. It is not possible. Okay. Now, next one is, I will give it as like Boolean to the float. Yes, you can convert the Boolean. Now, as I told you, internally true is recognized as 1. So the one you want to convert to Boolean, like float type. So you can convert it. True is internally recognized as 1, and 1 we are converting to the float. We will get it as 1.0. Here 1.0. Okay. Now we can use the false also. False, you will get it as 0.0. Now, as we know that the strings will be of 3 types: string with alphabets. Can I convert a string of alphabets into float? No. I'll give it as apple. Now, can I convert it? No, I can't convert it into the float over here. You see this? It will give me an error. Can you see it very clearly? It is giving me an error. It is a string with alphabets apple. I'm converting it to float. It is giving me an error over here. Now, string with the integer, yes, you can play with it. Now, integer, string with integer, I will put it as string with integer. Now, this is an integer. I will put it in this integer to string. Now, you can convert it. A string which is having the integer value, you can easily convert it into float. No problem about that. Can you see it over here? This is a string with integer string type, and you can convert it to float. Now the float, okay, I can put it as float, string with a float. Like this, my value is 4. I'll put it inside the codes. Now this is nothing but 23.45. Now this is very comfortably, you can convert it, no problem. Now why I gave it partially over here means, if you see it, because of that. So string with alphabets, no. String with integer, yes. String with float, yes. That's why it's a partially, you can do it over here. That's why I gave it as a partial. So this is about the float to the Now, these things will be very important when you are doing with a big program. Because of this typecasting, there will be a lot of errors will be raised, which if you are not understanding how this is coming down, you will be completely lost. Okay. Here I will give it as um, complex typecast. One, I will take it as integer to the complex. You can convert the integer to the complex, no problem about it. So I'm giving 23. Now 23 will be converted to the complex format, that is 23 plus 0j. Okay. Now let's take it as float can be converted to the complex. Yes, you can convert the float to the complex, no problem about it. See, the complex to the float, we can't do it, but the float to the complex, we can convert it. Now I will show you over here very comfortably it can be converted. This is a float and I want to convert it into complex 2.3 plus 0j. Now we can complex to complex, we can convert it very comfortably. Complex to, I will give it as 23.5j. Yes, you can convert this one. Okay. Now next one is I'll give it as the Boolean. Yes, Boolean to the complex. So as I told you, the true is internally will be recognized as 1. So 1 can be converted to the complex, that is 1 plus 0j you are going to get. No problem about this. 1 plus 0j. Okay guys, this is what it is. Now next one is, I will put it on over here. String with alphabets. No, we can't do it. String with alphabets, I want to convert to the complex. No, we can't do it. Like apple or mango, I will do it. We can't convert it to the complex. Can you see this? This is again the original one. You can see the error over here. So this part is an error. Okay. Just go and check it out while executing at the top over there. Error. Now, next one is, I will take it as string with integer. String with integer, it's not a problem at all. We can convert it. String with integer. Integer. Now I will give it an integer value over here. Now I want to convert this one to the complex. See here, in string with integer to the complex 229. This is a string. Okay, 2229, that I converted to the complex. No problem. We can convert it. The same thing with the float also. If you are having a float value in the form of a string, then we can convert to the complex over there. It's not a problem at all. I will give it as 23.29. This is a float value. I want to convert it over here. Okay, this is the way it is. Now, this is all about the complex. Now, these are just formality sample. Let's see the real importance of the thing over here. That is Boolean typecast. Now, Boolean is in the Python, it is known as like bool, right? And let's see some of the important things over here. This is very important for us. So I will take it a value here. This is a value. I will take it as integer to the Boolean. Okay, but this bool is internally known as like in Python, it is known as bool. The Boolean is known as bool over here. Now I'm converting this one to the Boolean bool. Now this is very important, guys. Try to concentrate. Now I have 23 over here. 23 can be converted to the integer. Yes, we can convert it to the integer. No problem about that. I explained you earlier also over here how the Boolean will be working differently over here, like data types. In the data types, I explained you. So here the integer, string, and Boolean over here. Integer to the Boolean. All the non-zero integers over here. Non-zero integers. Zero integers are considered as true, and only the zero is considered as false. And remember this, string to the Boolean, all non-empty strings are considered as true, and only the empty strings are considered as false. Now here, this integer is a non-zero integer. It is a non-zero integer. So obviously it will consider non-zero integer. So obviously this will be considered as true. It is considered as true. Now let's take it as a like bool float also. The same the float will be working in the same category. I will give it as 2.05 over. Now here 23.05 is a float which is not equal to 0. So this is a non-zero float. All non-zero floats are true. So obviously this will be coming as true over here. Okay. Now again, I will just give it as A is equals to 0.000. Now what is this? This is a float value with all zeros, that is equal to 0. Now you will see that it is going with the false. So that is a difference. Okay. Now let's see the next one. That is a complex. The complex also the same category. If the complex is equal to 0, then it will give you the false. Otherwise, it will give you the true value. Okay. When the complex is there and the complex is equal to 0, the complex is equal to 0, then it is false, otherwise true. Now I will show you over here. This is a complex I'm going to take it. That is 4 plus 2j. Now this is not equal to 0. Obviously it is not there, some value is there. So now you will not get it false, you will get it as true over here. See, this is a complex and we are getting true after conversion. Suppose I will take it a 0 complex value. That is A is equal to 0 plus 0j. What is this? Total output will be 0, right? Now, if I run this one, I'm going to get it as false. Okay, false, like this. So now this is the way the complex will be behaving, and Boolean will be converted to the Boolean. We know that if I have a Boolean value over here, like true, can be converted to true over here. Boolean, not integer, Boolean. Now, can you see this? A Boolean to the Boolean, a true value is converted to the true. If you have the false over here, then it will be converted to false. Simple. Okay. Now let's see this case. That is a string with alphabets. Now a string with alphabets is nothing but we are going to have a string with some characters inside. I'll give it as like okay. Now this one is a non-empty string, right? If it is a non-empty string, then it will be converted to true. No problem about it. So this is a non-empty string, so it is converted. Now, what is an empty string? Again, I will give it as over here. A is equal to 4. Now, this is an empty string, and when I run this one, I will get it as so empty string, you will get it as false. Non-empty string, you will get it as true over here. And that is when you have the strings with alphabet. Strings with alphabet. Now let's take it a string with integer. That is also same thing. Again, a string with integer means again, look that string as an empty string or a non-empty string. Now, if I'm giving it as an integer over here, okay, now string with integer. Okay, I'm going to run it. Can you see this? This is a non-empty string. You got it through. Okay, I'll take it and other one. A float value. A float value. This is also a non-empty string. You are going to get it at true only. Okay, this is the way we are going to get the things, guys. Now let's see the other one. Okay,